Good morning from rainy Alaska. It's currently 43 degrees. It rained the entire night. This is Alaska, baby. We're getting ready to head to the airport. We got to get ready still. Liz is dying of sickness. I'm almost over my sickness, but I still feel a little weak, a little clammy, a little gross, so I just banged my head off of one of these sloped roofs in the bedroom. Just absolutely concussed my head. What's crazy is we're still having fun on this trip, even though nothing has gone the way we thought it would. We've got a chair here in the middle of the living room. We're just sitting, trying to relax, soak up a little bit of the morning. And then we'll get ready to go. 43 degrees in the rain. Should be taking a helicopter somewhere today. I don't know if they cancel or not. It's not raining that bad, but I don't know if the fishing's going to be bad or what. So I'm hoping we can still go and catch some fish. I don't see why we couldn't, but they know better than we do. So if they say go, we're going. If they don't, we'll come up with a backup plan. Hopefully Liz gets feeling better. She's still a little bit rough under the weather. I mean, last night was nasty. I walked over there to check on her this morning, and she had a whole pile of tissues. Between the two of us, we said when we get home, if it rains, we ain't going outside for nothing for at least a couple weeks. So let's get ready. Let's get packed up. Let's start heading to the airport. We got about an hour now. You know you're at a good Airbnb when they provide you a salmon net. Quality stuff right there. Also, you're in Alaska, so good. And it's still raining. Oh, it's going to be a long day of getting very cold and very wet. Should be amazing, though, I'm hoping. We received word that we would be on a rain delay and unfortunately have to wait on the clouds to clear. After our first rain delay, we stopped at Talkeetna Riverfront Park to check out the sights. On a clear day, you can see Denali from this location, even though it's approximately 50 miles away. Then we received our second cloud delay. Things were not looking that hopeful. Well, we are on our second visual fog delay, kind of. You can see, right? Hold on, right there. That's a lot of clouds, and I guess the ceilings from the clouds are still pretty low. We're trying to get a little more visibility before we fly. We're supposed to take off at 9. It's 9. Is it 9 right now? Oh, it's 10. They gave us a second one. We're going to try for 11. So hopefully in 50 minutes, fingers crossed, we can get out of here and go fishing for a little bit. I don't know what that means, if we're going to be canceling instead of our an 8-hour trip, if it'll be maybe 5 or what, because the clouds are supposed to roll in later today as well. So we stopped at a viewing spot of Denali, although you can't see anything except the river here because Denali is pretty far away. But if it were bright and sunny, you'd be able to see 3 mountains from here. But like I said, we're going to head back to the airport in a few minutes. We're just strolling around Talkeetna, checking things out, waiting on the sun to come up some more. We'll give you an update when we have one. After 3 hours of delay, they canceled our fly-in helicopter fishing trip. The skies did clear up and the sun came out eventually, but too late into the day to be able to complete the trip. By the time we flew into our spot and started the float, we would essentially have to just do the float without fishing the remote river at all. We called an audible and rescheduled our trip for later in the week. I'm glad they had availability for later in the week, but instead of a fly-in and fly-out trip, it was now a fly-in and float-out trip, which means we can't get to the top of the creek, which is better, more untouched than the section we were going to be rescheduled for, because we would need to float to a lower river that has a boat ramp. Look up there. They canceled the fishing trip. So we're gonna do Burger Barn instead. Unbelievable.
Alright.
This sucks.
At least you have it booked for Sunday. It's gonna be a long day.
So we've switched the plans on Sunday to now doing
8 hours of driving, an 8-hour fishing trip, and then we have to get up for a fishing trip the next day.
And we're also doing a different kind of fishing trip, so it may not be as good.
Yeah,
but
it's on the
whatever,
lower.
I guess. Burger Barn, here we go. That's a big smile for someone whose trip just got canceled. That's more like it. Trip gets canceled, you just order a bunch of hamburgers and get fat and eat french fries. Oh yeah, that's the stuff. One to 7.
7. We're good.
Nice. We were recommended a few spots to try and trout fish, so we loaded up and headed to fish for a little bit. If you look around, the sky is awfully blue now, but because they postponed it so long, the helicopters won't fly late enough, they wouldn't ever come back to get us after our trip was over. So very expensive trip. We would have gotten 1/3 to half the time on the water, so they ended up canceling it. So there's a few trout streams around here. We're gonna see if we can find some trout. They said they've caught a few small ones here, so maybe we'll make it worth our time. If not, we're gonna try to come back later this week and do the same trip or a similar trip, but I don't know. In Alaska, you roll with the punches, and that's what we're doing now. So there's a few people fishing. We're gonna see if we can catch something. Let's go get them. Car's locked. We're gonna go fly fishing. Salmon right there, see it? Jesus criminy, Ethan. I got a salmon.
Well, on purpose.
It's like a big old dying sockeye. How do you get them off of here, though, is the question. Without snapping something, because I can't afford to lose a bunch of stuff. Just pull gently if he pulls. It's a dying sockeye. Jeez, that is sickening. I don't know if you can catch the chum salmon in here or not, but there's some big salmon in here. Those other ones were chums. Just keep walking. We'll find something that looks a little better, maybe. Oh, the Alaskan trout are kicking my ass. We gave it like an hour there. The current's just ripping. We're gonna try one more creek, I think, and see what happens. Said they caught a few out of here, but maybe I just didn't go far enough. I know what I'm looking for, and I'm just not finding it. Perfect amount of current in the mainstream, and then like some eddies, and then right on that seam there should be trout. Just not seeing that. Unless it's more finite than what I'm used to back in Indiana. But try something else, see if we can find a little bit bigger water with maybe some more defined features. Try that. Let's go. Other than snagging a few spawned out salmon, not much action. The scenery in the area was beyond beautiful though. I think with some more time and guidance, I'm sure the streams would hold great trout. After leaving the trout streams, we headed back to our Airbnb, but on the way back, we ran into our first moose feeding on the side of the road. We nearly missed it because these things blend in so well. We came back to the Airbnb and relaxed for part of the afternoon. Can hear the planes taking off now. Just woke up from a nap. What a strange day. Liz is really sick, unfortunately, so we just came back. She slept for like 3-4 hours. She's pretty bad. Well, we're gonna go get dinner now. Hopefully have some fun. See what else the town has to show us. But today, pretty much a wash. And we wrapped up the night at Mountain High Pizza in Talkeetna. The day was, like I said, kind of a wash, but it may have been pretty beneficial to give both of us some time to start feeling better after the sicknesses we had both been experiencing. The next morning, we woke up and got the car packed to leave Talkeetna. Okay, last day. Last morning here in Talkeetna. Decent little night there. I think we both got okay sleep. Liz is feeling a little bit better, which is good. Not 100% by any means, but we're on the up and up. Found my hat. Now I won't be so cold up top. We're gonna head over to Denali today to do a little exploring, a little hiking, probably some slower stuff just because we're all still sick. That hat looks beautiful. Yeah. Yesterday was a tough one to swallow. 3,000 miles away from home. And we can't do the trip that we're most excited about, which is fishing from a helicopter. They did schedule us for Sunday. The unfortunate thing about Sunday is we'll be coming from Fairbanks, so 4.5 hour drive before we fish, and we have to be there at the helipad at 7 in the morning, meaning we need to leave 7 minus 4.5 is 2:30, so it's going to be a long day. And then after we finish our 8-hour trip, we have to drive another, I think it's 3.5 or 4 hours afterwards to get to where we're trying to end up at. So fingers crossed it works out, but it's gonna be a long one. So today it's gonna be a chill day. Going to Denali, gonna do some sightseeing, driving around, maybe see a moose, bear, caribou, just wildlife, and then do some hiking. We gotta get packed up, head out, and have some fun. So let's go. You ready to go?
Yeah.
We pulled out of the drive and headed north towards Denali. You're we go. Here's our cute little cabin in the mirror. See you later, Talkeetna. Hopefully we'll be back on Sunday. Granola bars for breakfast. Got 158 miles till we get to Denali. So good morning. 46 out. Couldn't ask for a better day. Unless we weren't sick. How you feel?
Better than I did yesterday.
Still not 100% though. Oh well. We're gonna make the best of it.
We made a quick stop for gas and then right back to the drive.
Oh, this car's turning into a pigsty. It's getting very messy. Still got about 157 miles. I think we went 1 or 2 down the road and now we got some gas. Here we go, baby. It's very cold out.
We arrived in Denali and stopped at the entrance sign for some pictures.
158 miles later, and we made it to the entrance of Denali. The signs are right back there. We made it. Denali National Park and Preserve. I think we're gonna do a little hiking, a little exploring, drive up, maybe see the nature center or something. But excited to be here, 158 miles down. Still got a little bit more today. We got to get up all the way to Fairbanks, but we're gonna have some fun here for the day.
We entered one of the visitor centers, had a quick lunch, and then drove around Denali looking for some wildlife and soaked up as much of the Alaskan scenery as possible.
Holy cow, look at those antlers.
No cars coming. Well, we've seen a caribou, which is pretty neat, and 3 moose, I think. No, 2 moose, 3. Meese, a couple meeses. We're still driving around, a couple more miles to go. Then we may do a short hike. Caribou was incredible, never seen one before. Snow-covered mountains is unreal. The wildlife just here versus Yellowstone, it's in the woods more. So it's just really hard to see much, and there's not really good shoulders to pull off on that well. So just kind of cruising along, seeing what we see. And yeah, it's kind of neat. It's still raining though. Alaska, it's just raining all day, every day. It's unbelievable.
We managed to squeeze a quick hike in before the rain picked up too bad.
Free water. We've eliminated like 7 bottles of water so far, so.
We're here. We're gonna do one of these two. Something up here. We are going hiking.
What?
Ready? We're going to Horseshoe Lake. Hopefully we make it.
Cross the track and then go up.
Okay. It's kind of a strange start to a trail, but we're hiking now. Hopefully we make it. If you guys have never been sick like this, it's kind of brutal. But neither one of us feels real good, so we're just doing kind of a flat one, a little loop. It's 2.5 miles-ish, and some of these trails near the entrance of Denali are supposedly some of the better ones, even though you're not really into the park very far. A little less strenuous, and still good views and things to see. So that's what we're going to do today. Hike around a little, have some fun, see some wildlife, hopefully.
What's that say?
Horseshoe Trail Lake. This way.
This way.
This way then? Oh no, it says go to the right. It's always good. Be bear alert. Bears frequent this area. This has the bear spray, which means we're safe, hopefully. Denali's a pretty neat park. Unfortunately, the moose are kind of hard to see though. A lot of the wildlife stays into the woods a little bit more, so I guess you got to get off the trail some. About halfway now. Nobody's died yet. How bad do you think going up's going to be though?
I'm gonna have to go slow or I'm not gonna be able to breathe.
We've only gone down so far. As you can see, lots of rain. Lots of rain. Always heard Seattle was like the rainiest city in the United States. I don't think so. I think every town in Alaska has it beat by tenfold. This place gets so much rain. Always say you should recommend, I recommend good hiking boots, but you also need a raincoat in Alaska because this place is crazy. We had great weather for the first few days. Now it's going downhill. August apparently is the rainy season, going into September, and it's pretty rainy. Another fork in the road. Horseshoe Lake Trail. No pets. Liz, you gotta go home. This way. And then we go to the Nenana River. Sweet. Here we go. It's a giant loop around the river, and then there's like another loop or around the lake, and then a second loop that goes out to the river, the Nenana, something like that. Banana without the B. I think we're gonna try to make it to the river. Very easy trail. 200 foot of elevation gain, so not too bad. She's still blowing her nose back there. So we're a good ways down this trail now. And we were talking about this earlier, that I honestly feel like this might be one of the top, like, I don't know, top 3, top 5, something like that, national parks in the United States that is accessible by mainland, I guess. Like you don't have to fly in or anything, or boat in. And it's like top 3, top 5 least visited parks, just because although you can drive here, it is a very far drive away. We came from Talkeetna, and that was over 2.5 hours away, and that's already very remote Alaska. And we're headed to Fairbanks tonight, which is another 2 hours away at least. Another very small gold mining town in Alaska. Not much else going on up there. Maybe a little fishing, but not much. So we're getting our first glimpse of the lake. You can kind of see it there through the trees just a little bit. but there's just not a lot of people here. There's maybe, I don't know, 200-300 cars. A lot of people taking some bus rides around looking for animals, but that's about it. There's a first glimpse. Cool glimpse. Do a quick loop around the lake, maybe head over to the river, and then start working our way back. Time for a selfie. Smile. On the count of 3, say COVID. 1, 2, 3, COVID. Airplane. And that plane had snowshoes on it, or snow skis or whatever. It's gonna go fly somewhere and land on the glacier would be my guess. And here is the Banana River, or the Nanana.
Did you say Banana River?
Yeah, it's banana, but without the B. It's just a Nanana or something like that. There you go. It's ripping. Go ahead and drown a worm in there. A lot of these inland rivers like this are actually glaciers runoff. I don't know if this one is, but a lot of them are around here. It's kind of crazy. It's crazy that they can fly in this, but we couldn't fly the other day to go fishing. Another one coming in hot. Last look of the river. We're going back into the woods to go around the lake now. It's a cool river. I wonder if there's fish in there. Kind of blown out right now. They've had quite a bit of rain the past couple days. All of Alaska got pounded shortly after we got here, so kind of neat still. The woods is beautiful. It smells amazing. It's very peaceful. I think we found out why this one's called Beaver Dam Trail. That is a big beaver. We can take down that and that. Look at this guy.
Look at the beaver hack-off job right there.
And then look at that.
Look at that.
Look at this one. This thing's huge.
Oh my gosh. I've never actually seen like a hack job from a beaver before.
Hack job. Look at this one. This is like a 12-inch tree. Beavers are getting after it.
Why do these trees got butts on them?
They're tree pimples.
They're tree what?
Pimples.
What happened?
I have no idea. Some kind of abnormal growth. Look at the size of this thing. It's huge.
Phil's got some too.
That one's got one.
This guy's got two.
That one's got a couple of them. Liz thinks they're tree butts. I think they're tree pimples. Vote down below. There's a tree over there getting ready to get gnawed off by a beaver. It's been started. Pretty rocky through here. My phone says it's 37 degrees and we have officially turned away from the lake and we are headed back up towards the parking lot now. Fun hike, views are beautiful. Unfortunately we didn't see any trout or any salmon in there, which is kind of disappointing. I was hoping to see like maybe a little bit of activity that the DNR up here had stocked it with some trout or something. You could see them swimming in. Maybe they are, but they could just be deep. Either way, heading back. Mile and a half or so. We'll be out of here. It's kind of neat, you know, when it's this nasty out. There's not a lot of people here, so almost have the place to ourselves. Can hear civilization. We're close. Pretty good hike. Probably took us an hour or so. Really wasn't that long. Just we're slow today. But almost back to the car. I think we're going to start heading north some more towards Fairbanks.
After finishing the hike, we enjoyed a nice snack in the car and moved on towards Fairbanks. Denali is an incredible park that we hope to explore more of someday when we both aren't under the weather and the actual weather cooperates a bit better as well.
Good after hike snack.
Meat and cheese on some crackers.
Pepperoni.
We arrived in Fairbanks and went straight to our Airbnb to check it out.
Arrived.
There it is. What's up, dude? We've somehow landed in Fairbanks.
Sorry.
Sickness. That was a very long drive. Got a code or a key, or how do we get in? 1, 2, 3, 4. This look like the pictures were at the right place. They just keep getting bigger.
Magical.
I'm not sure that's much of a light switch, but look at this thing. It's just a plug-in switch thing. Okay, well, can we work with this?
I think so.
All right. Life is better at the cabin. Dining room table, upstairs. I'm assuming the bed's up there. Couple couches, wood stove, refrigerator, bookshelf. It's got a little bit of everything, a little more space than the other ones. I kind of like it. Smells like cigarettes in here again, but and it has a sauna, but still no light switches because we don't know where the lights are at. What's this thing do? Hey, more lights.
Sauna.
A sauna. That's really strange.
I'm very excited about it.
How about some lights in the bathroom? We got anything in here?
A light switch.
Oh my God, it really smells in this one. What's up, dude? Interesting. Okay, cool. Well, we've made it to Fairbanks. Going up now to check out the master, I guess, if that's what you want to call it. So there's our little rickety. Okay, they're a lot rickety. There it is. A little taste of home right there. A nice little whitetail buck. What do you think, wife?
It's like a whole freaking king-size bed up here. It's huge.
Look at him. It's a good looking deer. It's pretty neat. Look at all that space for activities. This is the biggest one so far.
By golly, yeah.
That is a full-size king bed there. Well, folks, we're going down. We're going to unload a little bit of the stuff, hop right back in the car and drive some more, and we're going to go find dinner somewhere because we are hungry. Like the railing. It's kind of...
intense steps.
But it's been a good day for the most part. Still dealing with some sickness, but the cabin's neat. Lighting is horrible in here. But yeah, off to dinner we go.
Fairbanks had a nice little bar/restaurant called Brewster's that we stopped at and enjoyed some great food. The fried halibut was absolutely amazing. Halibut, chicken Caesar salad. After dinner, we stopped by another Alaskan Walmart to get some more stuff from the pharmacy. Currently in Walmart for round 4 to the pharmacy, or at least the pharmacy section. If the two of us ever get healthy, it'll be a miracle. I feel decent. She still feels like a bag of wieners. Don't you, babe? She ain't doing real good. She's not dead, but rough.
I got regular nasal spray.
On a lighter note, dinner was pretty solid. Did you like your salad?
I did like my salad.
I had halibut, beer battered fish. So good. I'm eating like crap on this trip and I'm loving it. Loving it. She ate a salad like a rabbit.
Well, I don't even know if I could really taste it, if we're gonna be honest.
Hashtag COVID. Let's get the rest of our crap and get out of here. We headed to bed pretty early because we had a separate trip planned for the following morning, very early. Feel better?
A little bit. I feel like I'm very congested. Other than that, I feel like it's doing better. My throat doesn't hurt as bad. Fingers crossed I didn't just throw that into the universe, but tomorrow we're gonna go on a float trip for Grayling on the Channel River.